Alright, so this isn't going to be a movie review. This is just going to be a separate video on all the craziness happening here locally within 15-mile radius of San Francisco. So I get this emergency alert, annoying beeping noise on my phone. My son hands over my phone, and there's a curfew going on right now as we speak, from 8 p.m. until 5 a.m. So I'm thinking, man, I really want to get that hair clipper so that I can cut my own hair, and then my son can fix the crooked pieces on Tuesday. So I'm thinking, man, I might get pulled over. And he starts freaking out, saying, no, don't do that. So I said, okay, fine. I high-fived him, and I said I'd hold off. But then I went on the mayor's website, and it says, you're exempt from the curfew if you're just driving home. And you can explain that to the police officer. I guess that means you can speak English. And so I'm thinking, well, I still can go to Target and get my hair clipper. And if I'm a half an hour over the beginning of this curfew, and I get pulled over, I can just say that I'm an essential worker. I'm driving home after dropping my son off, going to Target. So I head out to Target in Daly City, and the driveway to Serramonte Mall, where the Target is located, is completely barricaded with cops everywhere. This is completely nuts, this situation here that's rapidly unfolding. Okay, I have no idea what's going on. So I go home at around 7:40, which is 20 minutes before the curfew is supposed to start. I make it home on time, and I go online, and it turns out that Target is adjusting their hours and closing their stores early because of the looting that's going on in Minneapolis, Minnesota, at their Target stores. And the Target CEO came up with this rather lame kind of distracting sympathy for the plight of the victims of this police brutality that's suddenly sprang up a couple of months after the coronavirus. Suddenly people are noticing and taking videos. Wow. Too bad they didn't notice any of the cop block videos that have been around for years. But in any case, it's getting national media attention, of course. And they'd probably end up charging the policeman with murder. I wouldn't be surprised. But in any case, it's just completely nuts here. I just want to let you know that I made it home safe. I didn't get pulled over because I was home well in advance of the curfew, and I didn't get my haircut clipper that I wanted to get myself buzz cut and have my son fix the little dangling pieces of hair, or the what was the name of that movie? Blue Sunshine. Yeah, the Blue Sunshine hairdo. That was a great flick. Blue Sunshine. The 1977 film. I didn't want my hair to look like that. Uh, yeah, that was a great movie. Anyways, just wanted to give you a quick update. Things are happening so fast with my phone blowing up, emergency alerts, uh, Target adjusting their store hours, closing their stores early, and cops blockading the entire mall where the Target is located. So I'm glad I went to the Daly City Target, the Serramonte Mall Target, because it's sort of on the way. If I had gone to the San Mateo Target, it would have been out of the way, and I probably would have gotten home around 7:50, cutting it close to the 8 o'clock curfew. But I did have a couple of excuses. I don't know if they would have flown with the coppers if I had gotten pulled over, but I didn't see any cop cars. I saw lots of people driving around, walking at around 7:30. So I don't even think they got the message on their phone. But kind of felt sorry for my son. He was freaking out that I was going to violate the curfew. So I'm fine. I didn't get a chance to accomplish anything tonight. I watched a little bit of Baker. It's kind of politically correct with the prison rehabilitation thing. I don't know how effective that is, but apparently it works well for Dave's bread. I'm not a big expert on that, so I can't really comment. But seems like Robert Redford is sort of a do-gooder guy, taking a lot of corrupt officials off. So it's a pretty good prison film. Not a great film. I'll probably give it 4 to 5 stars when I'm done. It's pretty grimy though, and depicts a very bleak kind of hellish prison situation in 1980 when this film was made. I don't know. I guess the actual prison corruption there in this southern jail. I forget which state it's in, but it's pretty bad there. I guess it's been going on for hundreds of years, and it's based on a true story from 1977, 3 years earlier. So I was watching that. I was thinking, oh, maybe I can bring my son to Target, but then they're going to say something because he's not wearing a mask, even though he's under the age of 12, and he'll suffocate in that mask. But I decided, in the end, going to Target early would be waiting in line anyway. So kind of gave up on that idea. I don't want my son waiting in line and getting harangued about not wearing masks. And, the whole mask shaming nonsense. So I watched a little bit of Brubaker, first half an hour or so. And, it's pretty good so far. I like the prison corruption aspect. The situation is pretty bad in this prison. It's like cage heat or chained heat or the Big Bird Cage, those kind of women in prison films. But this one is men in prison film. So kind of an interesting little time capsule type movie. uh, it's kind of funny and ironic, this whole police state dystopian communist nightmare here in San Francisco, and even in a little south of San Francisco is just keeps deteriorating, getting worse and worse. Can't even leave your home anymore during certain hours, and they took their cues from communist China. This is exactly how communist China handled the coronavirus situation. So it's pretty scary, these totalitarian, draconian politician monsters like Mayor London Breed. If San Francisco people had any common sense, they would kick her out of office. That's not going to happen anytime soon. We'll see how effective the curfew is at stemming the tide of violence, rioting, looting, etc. But it probably has the opposite effect of what it's intended to do. In other words, it puts otherwise law-abiding, relatively calm and peaceful individuals such as myself. It puts us locked in our home. We're being punished for the actions of other people, essentially. The Antifas and the Black Lives Matter people are the ones who are actually instigating this kind of, or sending their minions out to raise hell and to burn the city. As I mentioned, Westfield Mall was already burning, and 20 to 30 stores were looted. So as usual, it's a knee-jerk reaction from the politicians here. It's action then reaction. That's how the communists here think. And it's too little too late. The city's already descended into chaos. They're trying to treat the symptom, not the disease itself. As usual, they're glorifying the peaceful protesters while trying to look like they're punishing innocent people who have nothing to do with these protests, such as myself. And those are the people that they hate the most, these politicians. They just want to keep us confined in our homes, contact trace us so that we can never leave our homes, that sort of thing. So enough about the blood-sucking ghouls who feed off the guts of the people. Those are the kind of people that these politicians are all about. And Frank Herbert, the writer of Dune, said politics, or he said power doesn't corrupt. Corrupt people just are attracted to power like a magnet in the first place. So I told that to my coworker, the guy who's in creature features, and he's in love with the hostess. What's her name again? Her name is trying to think. It's Bodega Bay, California, is where it's filmed. Um, he hates Frank Herbert. He thinks Dune is a terrible novel. And I never read Dune, so I can't really say, but I like what the writer has to say about. Anyways, yeah, creature features. He wants me to watch every Saturday, and like I don't have time. I'm watching too many. Tangela, that's her name. I'm watching too many Netflix DVDs and YouTube, like public domain stuff, or just stuff that's available on YouTube for whatever reason. And anyways, I don't have to be at work until 5:30, so I can leave here at 5:10, which is after the curfew. Still get to work on time, so that's not a problem. It's just the whole concept of punishing people who aren't even involved with this looting and rioting. It makes absolutely no sense. It's counterintuitive, counterproductive, and it reeks of communist China and locking people in their homes during the Wuhan epidemic. So that's my 2 cents worth nothing after inflation. The politicians are crazy here, and showing their true totalitarian colors. These petty tyrants who run the city and the state here, and even the federal government is crazy. If it wasn't for President Trump's so-called experts touting the 6-foot distancing rule, which was supposed to be voluntary, now it's mandatory. The whole lockdown situation, being forced to stay in your home under house arrest. I haven't felt that nearly as much as my best friend who lost her job. I'm working 2 so-called essential jobs, but I'm sorry to tie the whole coronavirus thing into this, but it seemed like we were in a bad situation for 2 months thanks to the coronavirus hysteria. Now we're in an even worse situation. It's just a total arbitrary curfew imposed on everyone for the actions of a tiny crowd. So very unfortunate. It's sad. I've been waiting for this day to come. I was hoping it would come later rather than sooner. Unfortunately, it's here. Can't get my hair cut. Can't go outside at night. It's just all around bad. Not that I really care because my best friend probably won't be here for another 2 months, but it's, I just wanted to go into more detail my cynical attitude towards the government here. So that's the end. Later.